Hello and a very warm welcome to this special conversation. Our guest today is well-known journalist, former politician himself, Ashutosh. Always a pleasure speaking to Ashutosh.
Thank you.
Ashutosh, you're now being described as the angry young man of Indian media. So before I get to the politics, Ashu, why don't you tell us what
Uh,
happened? What happened in that famous conversation?
no. I think let's avoid that because whatever has happened has happened. We all have moved on.
Okay,
There is no point going back to that.
okay. I thought I
Sometimes
start.
you lose your temper. One should not lose one's temper. That I agree on that point.
But that's the pleasure, of this new format where one can
Mm.
actually have a meaningful, civilized conversation
Yeah.
with any stakeholder, any newsmaker like yourself. So,
Mm.
Ashutosh, you and I spend our time tracking politics.
Mm.
But tell me specifically, let's first begin with the national capital. The
Mm.
Prime Minister is going to celebrate his birthday. The NDA government is completing 100 days in power. And on that very day, Arvind Kejriwal at 4:30 p.m. is going to give his resignation letter to the Lieutenant Governor. First and foremost, what do you make out of this strategy of resigning post coming out on bail for Mr. Kejriwal?
See, I think it's a basically a desperate act, and it's too late and too little. He's trying to seize initiative from the BJP because he knows that elections are around the corner. If not along with Maharashtra, then certainly it will be with in the month of January and February. And Arvind Kejriwal also knows that there are serious corruption charges against the party, not only in the liquor scam, but also about his official residence, the way it has been renovated. And there are the visual images of that Shishmal too within court. And Aam Aadmi Party has gone through hell in the last 2 years. Manish Sisodia has been in jail for more than 1.5 years. Then Arvind Kejriwal himself has been in jail, which is unthinkable at one point of time. Sanjay Singh had been in jail for 6 months. Then Vijay Nair, if you call him a politician, he was also in jail for more than a year. The Satyendra Jai is still in jail. Amanatullah Khan has just gone to the jail. So it's a very serious crisis through which Aam Aadmi Party is going through. So if he must be thinking that there might be a rethink in the public mood about the prestige and the brand value of the Aam Aadmi Party. So this is basically an attempt to reclaim the lost ground, if at all any, and trying to build a narrative that yes, I had gone to the jail, but it's not because I committed something, but it's because the BJP has tried to conspire against me and my government, and that is why they did not let us function as a government and as a political party. So
But
it's a desperate act in that sense. How
hmm,
much dividend he's going to get, I'm not very sure, at least at the moment.
but help me understand this, Ashutosh. Mr. Kejriwal and all his colleagues always position themselves as the most puritanical politicians who ever came in the history of Indian politics. Would it be correct to say at this stage when he's going to submit his resignation that the halo which existed around Mr. Kejriwal, which he created around himself, is that halo gone? And is Arvind Kejriwal today just like any other politician who exists in our country?
Frankly speaking, Arvind Kejriwal has turned out to be like any other politician, and I'm very fond of saying this. The politics has appropriated Aam Aadmi Party. The politics has appropriated Arvind Kejriwal, and Arvind Kejriwal, who started as a revolutionary, as a radical politician in the country, who used to say that why politicians and the ministers and MPs and MLAs supposed to live in big bungalows? They should be living in two-room flats. And from there, he has come to this pass that where he has to renovate his official residence by spending 45 government money. And that picture itself tells the story that how much Arvind Kejriwal has turned from a revolutionary to a politician, and that is basically an undoing of Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal, if want to resurrect his image, if want to resurrect his brand value, then he has to go back to his old blue car, which became synonymous during the movement and later as a symbol of Arvind Kejriwal's simplicity, as a symbol of Arvind Kejriwal, the revolutionary, as a symbol of Arvind Kejriwal as a radical. When I see Arvind Kejriwal standing in that luxurious bungalow, then I just fail to understand whether it is the same person I used to know.
How do you think it's possible? Like if you think of the BSP or you think of the Samajwadi Party, you can't think of a party like the BSP minus Mayawati or like of the Samajwadi Party, which is minus Akhilesh Yadav and earlier Mulayam Singh Yadav. do you think it's possible for a party like the Aam Aadmi Party, which has now done 2 terms in power in the national capital, and they have a government in Punjab as well? Is it possible for the Aam Aadmi Party to resurrect itself by maybe bringing in a new face who's not Mr. Kejriwal? Can the Aam Aadmi Party survive without Kejriwal?
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately or fortunately, that's the case with Aam Aadmi Party. In the last 10 years, you hardly see anybody who is at par with Kejriwal in terms of popularity or in terms of stature, in terms of aura. There is hardly anybody. Or I can say the structure in Aam Aadmi Party was such, which it has created in the last 10 years, that nobody else except Arvind Kejriwal matters. And I'm very fond of saying this. Rest of the members of the Aam Aadmi Party are like robos, the programmed robos, and they do whatever they're asked to do, whatever the software has been, how the software has been programmed. Nobody has an autonomy, nobody has a freedom, and nobody has got any free will to do a feel whatever they feel like, or they can disagree with the boss. They can't disagree.
Just
with
like
the
any
boss.
other party, any other family-based party, you know, the Akali Dal, the Samajwadi Party, the PRS, the Jagan Mohan Reddy's party, the TDP, these are all parties which are family fiefdoms. Are you suggesting that at the end of the day, the Aam Aadmi Party is also the personal fiefdom of Mr. Kejriwal?
100%. There's no doubt about it. There is absolutely no doubt about it. See, let's make a difference little bit here. These one man, one individual party, they are by their nature are dictatorial. It's a democracy. They are operating in a democracy, but within their own system, they are dictators, and nobody has a right to dissent. Nobody has a right to disagree with the boss. But still, I feel somewhere that you can see some kind of democracy even in the BJP, some kind of democracy in the Congress party. The Congress party in the last 10 years has gone through very serious crisis. And many people have aired their differences, their disagreements, will criticize the criticize the party leadership. But they all are still, many of them still survived, and they're still part of the party itself. That luxury is not available in Aam Aadmi Party. Anybody who disagreed, anybody who had a voice of dissent, either thrown out or had to leave. So that's the nature of the one individual party.
One person party. So let's take this one step higher. Arvind Kejriwal is now resigning. There is going to be a new chief minister. All kinds of speculations are on. But what about the India alliance itself? What about the opposition space? Do you think Arvind Kejriwal's resignation has some potential of impacting the unity which exists within the India alliance too?
It's a very strange beast. This India alliance is a very strange beast. This beast is unlike National Front of 1989 when the VP Singh was the leader, unlike United Front when H.D. Devagowda became the Prime Minister. This is unlike NDA, unlike UPA, and unlike the present NDA, which is led by Narendra Modi. This is one beast where there are the serious disagreements among the players, among the alliance partners, and that is why many of them do not have any alliance in their respective states. Like Mamata Banerjee is a classic example. Arvind Kejriwal had an alliance in Delhi, but he was fighting with the Congress party in Punjab, and is fighting with the Haryana with Congress party. So, but at the national level, they all are part of that alliance, and that is why at the nationally they know that only their togetherness can fight with Modi and the juggernaut of Bharatiya Janata Party. And if they're divided at the national level, they all will be finished. But in the state, many of them will be fighting among themselves. They will be contesting against themselves. So in the state, they are free birds, but at the national level, part of the India alliance. And they cooperate. Even if you look at the floor coordination in the parliament itself, there is a 95% success rate of India alliances, despite the differences in the states.
Okay. Do you think this whole drama which is unfolding in the national capital doesn't have any potential of impacting the forthcoming Haryana Assembly elections?
I don't see anything impacting in Haryana election. If anybody who thinks that the Aam Aadmi Party is going to really impact Haryana election, are going to make any kind of dent, I don't see that. First of all, with the simple reason, because there is a wave against BJP, which I could see, and what anybody and everybody has gone to the Haryana is coming and telling us. That's the sense I'm getting, that the feedback I'm getting. Unless I'm wrong completely, it's a different story altogether. But the way Haryana has made up its mind, it looks like the Congress is going to have an easy win over there. And within that space, within that perspective, how much Aam Aadmi Party is going to impact? Because Aam Aadmi Party, if contesting all 90 seats, they are contesting 90 seats, then the normal, the general perception is that Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party share almost the same political space. But look at in 1990, Aam Aadmi Party also contested at 46 seats and they got only 0.48% vote share, which is less than the Nota. So Aam Aadmi Party is not a player at all in Haryana, and the politics this time in the election this time is so much bipolar in Haryana that even Devi Lal's legacy is also feeling threatened, and they might be wiped out. Look at in 2019, JJP has got 15 seats in the 10 assembly seats. But today, it seems that they are not a major player at all. So the politics of Haryana is extremely today polarized between the two political parties, two political spaces. That's why Aam Aadmi Party is not going to make any impact, any dent there.
All right. Final question then to you, Ashutosh. It's also the 100th day for the NDA Sarkar. The Prime Minister celebrating his birthday. What do you think of the BJP? Is the BJP as sure as the Prime Minister wants us to believe the BJP is? Or are you getting a sense that at this 100-day mark, is it at its most uncertain that we've seen over the last 10 years?
See, BJP, the one sentence can define the state of BJP. BJP has not been able to elect its president. Look at Narendra Modi and Amit Shah has been defined as a very decisive leaders. But there is something wrong. That is why they have not been able to get a replacement of JP Nadda. What is that issue? The issue is that today the BJP led by Narendra Modi and RSS led by Mohan Bhagwat, they are at cross purposes. On a daily basis, the kind of statement which is coming from the RSS and especially from Mohan Bhagwat, it's basically damaging the BJP and damaging Narendra Modi's image at the national level and also internationally too. And I go back in time in 2004 when Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Lal Krishna Advani, they lost elections. On a daily basis, the kind of statement we have made against Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Lal Krishna Advani. I still remember when in the Vishwa Hindu Parishad office, Giriraj Kishore and Ashok Singhal, they held a press conference and said Atal Advani has to leave for the next generation. That fight continued till 2009, and finally in 2005, if RSS succeeded by getting a resignation of Lal Krishna Advani, then in 2009 it is Lal Krishna Advani who succeeded and projecting himself as the prime ministerial candidate. But finally, when they lost badly in 2009, then the conflict was resolved. I think it's a same that kind of a phase is still coming to the BJP, and BJP has to resolve this conflict between BJP and the RSS. If they don't resolve the conflict, BJP is heading for a definite trouble. I have no doubt about it.
All right, Ashutosh, always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for that statement.
Thank you.